Hey babes, it's Tough the Lazy Planner Addict, and today we have sneak peek number 4 for the Erin Condren 2020-2021 Life Planners. I am streaming / recording this on the 26th of April, and the insider pre-order thingy goes live tomorrow on the 27th of April, and then on the 29th of April, the Life Planners are officially released to the public. Thank you so much for everybody who is watching this live. This is actually kind of a test. I've been playing around with all of the stream settings, and if this goes really well and the quality is high enough, then I'm going to be doing my annual Shop With Me video as a live stream instead of a video. And if it doesn't go so well, then I'll just record it and put it up like normal. So if you are here live, I would appreciate if you just typed in the chat real fast, yeah, I can hear you, or anything like that. I'm also keeping an eye on everything on my end, and all of my tests look good, so hopefully everybody can see and hear me and all that wonderful thing. So let's go ahead and jump into the actual sneak peeks, and if for some reason we run into issues and you can't hear me or see me or whatever, then I'll just circle back around and go over everything again. There is a little bit of a lag between when I'm talking and when you guys can see me. So I'm not exactly sure what you guys are seeing or hearing right now, but I do want to give a really quick shout out to people that are in the chat so far. It looks like we have Kimberly and Holly, so thank you so much, and thank you to everybody else who is watching live. So here is the wonderful email. Oh good, you can see and hear me just fine. Okay, I'm doing something a little bit different with my sound, and as I said, I was playing around with other streaming settings. In attempting to troubleshoot this, I actually crashed my internet for 3 hours yesterday, so it better be worth it. No, actually, from my end, with my stats so far, it's looking like it's a lot better than the live stream on Friday. So anyway, here is the email. Yes, I officially have an email this time, but there actually isn't that much information in the email that isn't going to be in the sneak peek page. As you can see, they're kind of showcasing all of these accessories, and they're talking about how we get double the accessories this year because we have both the layers and the flower power theme. So I think that is really cool that they are really giving both to us. I think it would have been cool if they'd done flower power in sort of a neutral version, but that could be something that they're kind of taking a look at to see how many people switch from, not switch, but how many people do flower power colorful versus layers neutral. Anyway, let's actually go to the sneak peek page because that's what we're here for. And by the way, my plan is to go through this like normal, like I typically would if this wasn't a live stream. And then at the end, I'll go back and review the comments and, talk to you guys or answer any questions you have. So if you have any questions or any comments about anything we're talking about here, please let me know in the live chat so that I can go and react to that at the very end. So here we have the sneak peeks page. This is no surprise. We've seen it before. We do have this countdown, and this is a countdown to the public release. So that would be the release on the 29th of April. And then we have seen all of this stuff before. So we get to scroll down. Here's the early access exclusive that we talked about last week. And then here is the big new piece of information this year, new binder options. Now, I know I was talking in previous videos like, what the hell are they going to actually sneak peek, since I've already sent all the preview things out. I've already done a preview video myself. So it looks like they want to give us a little bit more information on the binders. And from what I can tell, this wasn't previously released to people. So it looks like we're getting a couple of new binder designs this year. Sorry about my earbud. Had a little bit of a sound catastrophe this morning. These earbuds don't stay in my ears very well. So new binder options. We're excited to offer 3 new binder designs: layers neutral, layers colorful, and champagne. So we're talking about the actual color of the binder. I actually think I have one right here. So this has some cat hair on it, but it is like a blush pink, and so I don't know if those are going to be the only 3 binder options or if they're just going to add those binder options to the ones they had last year. And I believe the ones they had last year were Kaleidoscope Colorful, Kaleidoscope Neutral, they had the pink one, and then I want to say they had like a dark navy blue one. So it will be interesting to see exactly how that ends up manifesting on the website. Of course, we'll know tomorrow because that's when the launch is going to be, or the Erin Condren Insider launch. And then it looks like we also have a binder hole punch, which is awesome. I'm very excited for that. Now, it looks like here we have a picture of the layers binder. We have the colorful, and we have the neutral, and then we have the colorful vertical planner binder insert thingy. Whoa, I am articulate today. Woo! So articulate. And then here we have a close-up of, this must be the champagne. It looks like it has some mid-century circles foil in gold right here. And then we also have the Flower Power horizontal is the as the innards that we're seeing. So we have a little bit of a preview of that. And then this is the picture where it has our new binder hole punch. Now, I am simultaneously really excited and slightly disappointed. This is something that I feel like they should have released last year when the binders first went live, because this is a very unique binder design. Instead of having the normal 3 holes, we have, 8, So it is very unique. And having a hole punch so we can easily put our own paper in that is very helpful. That being said, if you get a hole punch, probably one that's a little bit smaller than a normal hole punch. I actually do have one. They cost like maybe $5, but you could use a normal one too. You could always line up a piece of paper to your existing binder insert and just punch it in the correct spots. It's not very hard to do. So while the binder hole punch definitely makes it easier, it has definitely been possible from the get-go. And more than the actual binder hole punch, I would love to see binder inserts that you can get separately, like meal planning inserts, or even recipe card inserts, note pages, whether it's lined or whether it is grid paper. I feel like there is so much opportunity with inserts that Erin Condren could sell. And with having this binder punch option, it's honestly going to make it that much easier for third parties to create their own inserts. Now, is it possible like that they could still be releasing those inserts? Very possibly. And I honestly think it would be the best thing to have an option where you can get the whole life planner without the binder, so you could put it in your old binder if you want, maybe save a few bucks that way. But at the same time, we haven't seen it yet. And since this is the last sneak peek, and a lot of people are using the preview copies and the sneak peeks and everything like that to make their purchasing decisions of what they're going to buy tomorrow or on the 29th, then, oh my goodness, this earbud's coming out of my ear. Anyway, I'd be surprised if we see that at this point in time. So that is that is a shame, but at least we can put our own stuff in there pretty easily. And it kind of inspires me now. I know I was talking in the live stream on Friday about creating a Franken planner with the spiral bound. Now I kind of want to tear a binder apart and make a Franken binder and see if I can MacGyver it so that it solves some of the issues I have with the binder while still having the flexibility of being able to put the pages in. So stay tuned for that. I'm guessing I'll probably do something like that as a live stream, because that's going to require a lot of editing, and I don't have time for editing right now. So that would be awesome if I can manage it. And then I think we're just back to the beginning here. Yes, we are. And then here we have the accessories. And as I said before, I don't think there's any new accessories that we haven't already seen. Many of these were sent to me for preview, and I talked about them, I believe it was last week on Wednesday when I posted my LifePlanner preview video. So if that's something you're interested in, it is on my channel and you can go see these accessories. But let's go ahead and flip through them. So we've taken a look already at the dashboard. We have our little clip-in bookmarks, washi tapes, and we did switch this time from not see-through paper tapes to washi tapes that have that more see-through quality that washi tapes typically do. We also have our snap-in bookmarks. All of this, of course, is in layers colorful, except this washi tape, which is layers neutral, and they come in a dual pack. And then here we have the layers sticker book. Again, that was sent to me for review, so if you want to see that in more detail, go ahead and check out that video. We have the layers ballpoint pen that comes in a really cute case. This is good for a gift. And then we have the flower power accessories here. These were not sent to me because I chose to get the layers planner, so they sent me all the layers accessories. So we have these scalloped washi tapes, and I'm pretty sure we've had at least the rose gold for a while on the Erin Condren website. I don't know about the gold. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I actually have owned the rose gold. I forget if I bought it or if it was sent to me for PR. But it looks like that is the washi tape that they're matching up with the Flower Power. We also have the Flower Power Snap-in bookmarks and the Snap-in stickies kit, as well as the dashboard here. And then, of course, we have a little test spread with the Flower Power vertical. So very cute there. We have, if it ever wants to go, a picture of the Flower Power sticker book. Again, I didn't get this one, so I haven't been able to really analyze it. But you can check out other videos from other people that got preview copies and see, what they got and the different variations of accessories. I know they sent out a bit of a variety and different things to different people. Of course, you also have the Flower Power pen. And I have to say, as much as I really like layers, I feel like Flower Power kind of lends itself to this kind of ballpoint pen a little bit better. It just, let's see, I mean, you can't really see the layers so much. Whereas if we go back and look at the Flower Power pen, I don't know, I guess a floral pen is just a little bit more classic. And so when I look at it, I don't have to stare at it and be like, oh yeah, that's layers. And if someone wasn't familiar with layers already, they might have to look at the pen to kind of figure out what the design was, whereas floral pens are a little bit more seen everywhere. And I think we're back to the beginning now. Yep. And then that is the end at the bottom. And then really fast, before I go into reading what you guys have to say in the chat, this is not part of the LifePlanner release, but I haven't mentioned it in a video yet. Erin Condren just released a collection of pop sockets. And I'm a huge pop socket fan. I have been for a few years since my friend Kimberlea introduced me to them when we were at Gem Beauty. And so they have 4 different ones in the collection. We have Oh So Retro, Kaleidoscope, Mid-Century Circles, as well as Flower Power. Now I find it kind of interesting that they did Kaleidoscope and Flower Power. So we have one theme from last year. I can't mouse over because of course it changes. We have one theme from last year and then one theme from this year. So that's an interesting choice. I'm guessing it's because Kaleidoscope kind of lends itself to a round design a lot better. But that is the 4 that they have released. At this point, I have no idea if they're going to be available in stores. I mean, I'm guessing they'll be available in the Erin Condren stores, but I know that you can get some of their planners and accessories at Staples, and I have no idea if they're going to be anywhere else. You can also get the set of 4, and I believe these are the pop sockets with the interchangeable covers, so you don't have to like completely pop the whole pop socket off and change all that over. So now that we are done with that, I'm going to go ahead and just switch to full screen where you can see my beautiful face, and I'm going to take a look at the chat. So let's see. So Kimberly says that this is a better time for UK viewers. Awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. Last time was kind of the first go where I was actually doing a live stream, if that makes sense. And so I kind of wanted to do something later in the day so that I made sure that I didn't have, that if I had technical difficulties, I had time to figure them out. I actually, in my computer, went into the live stream on Friday about an hour before it was supposed to start and like looked at the preview in YouTube just to make sure I wasn't running into any issues. Now that I've at least sorted those basic glitches out, I feel a little bit more confident about doing earlier live streams. Let's see. So some of these comments are about being able to hear and see me fine. That's awesome. Nicole says that she is excited for the launch. So am I. I mean, you can probably tell that I'm pretty excited, and I even got the preview copy of the Erin Condren planners. So, I mean, that kind of just shows how enthusiastic about this launch that I am, and that I still plan on buying some things when it comes out. So yeah, I'm really excited. And then Holly asks, um, oh, so Holly's saying it's nice to see the Flower Power accessories. Yes, definitely. As someone who got all the layers accessories, it's nice to see the Flower Power ones. And then Nicole's asking, what time is the actual launch tomorrow? Now the answer is I do not actually have a time frame for that. Erin Condren has not released a specific Erin Condren Insider pre-sale time frame or time of the launch. In the past, they have sent emails out with links kind of staggered, and I'm guessing they do that so that they don't completely overwhelm the website. Now, if this quality ends up going well enough for my liking, I'm hoping I can do a live stream for my shop with me tomorrow, and I'm aiming for 11 a.m. So the same time of day that I'm doing this. However, I can't guarantee I'm going to have the link by then. So I actually do have a message out to Tori, who is my rep with Erin Condren, asking her if she has any idea when the emails are going to go out. For all I know, I'll have it at 8 a.m. and it won't be an issue. But I'm just, a little worried about that. And that's why, other than the whole wanting to test the quality and make sure everything is kind of up to snuff, I don't want to officially announce a live stream. But once I figure that out, I will throw a thumbnail together, and I will put it up on YouTube as a expected, future live stream. And I'll also try to remember to post about it on the community tab. And then I've also been doing a lot of stories on Instagram right now. I'm quite bad at actually posting pictures on Instagram, but I'm great at rambling in the stories. So if you aren't actually following me on Instagram and you want to keep up with me that way, we went on a little English muffin adventure the past couple days. You can do that. I don't think I have a link in the description, but I'm at Tef Williams, same way it's spelled on YouTube, no spaces, no special characters, just at Tef Williams. And you can keep track of my lately oodles and oodles of Instagram stories, because that's how I've been keeping myself entertained. Where was I going with that? So the time of the launch tomorrow. Let's see, I'm getting an error message on YouTube that it's not receiving enough video. Hopefully this is going okay. Things are looking okay on my end, but hopefully you guys can still hear me and everything like that. I am, by the way, going to be posting a video on YouTube once I do have the link, with that link with the early access, because as I said, I know the emails going out are staggered, and I know that there have been some reported issues with the emails. I actually have that video all filmed and exported. All I have to do is upload it to private, and that way, as soon as I get the email link, I can just copy, paste, and press publish. So you can definitely keep an eye out for that. I have a theory that the longer you've had your Erin Condren Insider account, the earlier you're going to get the email. Don't hold me to that by any means. I could be completely wrong. But the email I tend to get the sneak peeks on earliest is one of the emails that I think I may have signed up on first. Because when I first signed up, like at the very beginning on the Erin Condren website, I had a little bit of a snafu, and I had to create another account, and that's my main account. And then I've used my other secondary email addresses to create accounts to like troubleshoot some stuff and get footage for videos. So I have like 5 different accounts. So I get the emails like 5 different times. But this one particular email address, I tend to get it a half an hour earlier than on my main email address. So I'm going to keep an eye on that email and my primary email and all the others. So hopefully I'll have that to you as soon as possible. Let's see. Okay, so Melissa is saying that the hole punch looks flimsy. I can definitely see that. I could see it being flimsy. I could also see it being a hard plastic that's not super flimsy. I've seen kind of hole punches and other things like that that look like they could be flimsy, but they're harder plastics. I feel like for me personally, I'm gonna get it because I want it. That's really the biggest reason why I'm gonna get it. I don't have like a bigger ulterior motive or anything like that. I want to see how it works. But I'm gonna hold my judgment personally on the quality until I actually get it, because I could see it going either way. I've seen thick acrylic plastics that are clearish like that is. Now, would it have been nice if it was like a metal punch? Yes, it would have. But I also do like the fact that the plastic one is very low profile. It'll be interesting since we don't have like the metal punch in there to see how nicely it punches the pieces of paper. So that's something else that I'm going to take a look at. So Gloria is saying that Erin Condren did sell dot and lined paper. Now, Gloria, were the paper that Erin Condren sold, was it as an insert for the actual binders that you could buy punched, or was it in a notebook and then you would have to uncoil it from the notebook to put it in the binder? Because I know about that. I was not aware that Erin Condren sold lined and dot grid paper that can be added into the binders. If so, then they are totally ahead of me, and that's totally awesome. And I retract that whole criticism because that is pretty cool. Melissa says that I'm right that the pen does look better as floral. Thank you for agreeing there. So Holly is talking about, do I know if insiders have access at midnight tonight? Again, I don't have a specific release time. I highly doubt it's going to be midnight. I'm trying to think back. I want to say that the earliest I've ever gotten the early access link was 8 a.m. But I also feel like I've had an experience in the past where I've had to grab the link and publish the video really fast and then run off to work. And I'm pretty sure that was the time that I went to work at 10 a.m. So in that case, I probably was getting the link somewhere between 9 and 9:30. So that's probably when I'm going to expect it-ish. I think I've been getting the sneak peek emails on that email address where I get them first at around 9 a.m. on Sundays, and then I get them around 9:30 on my primary email address. I don't see any reason why they would do the release emails differently, but there's also not a really good reason to do them the same. So at this point, we really just don't know. Let's see. Oh, Holly, you want to see the live stream shop with me? I'm really hoping that it will look okay. Now, let me guys know in the comments, with the quality of today's sneak peek video live stream, if this was the quality of the shop with me, would you be happy with it? Typically, I do my shop with me videos, and they are, again, they're like pre-recorded. They're usually really long, and it's kind of one of those videos that's like a big one, and I want to make sure it's good enough quality. I feel good that I've kind of sorted some of the sound things out, so that's good at least, but I want to make sure that the rest of the video is watchable and all of that sort of thing. And especially because we did the screen share as part of this live stream, that will kind of give you guys an idea of what the quality would be like. Hopefully I'll be able to get a better earbud so it doesn't keep falling out of my ear. I had to borrow these from my mom. It's like this whole thing. The normal earbuds that I use with my iPhone, which has the different jack on the bottom, so it doesn't plug in to my computer. So I had to borrow this from my mom, but it's the one that has these little things on the end, and these just do not stick in my ears. So I'm either going to order a set of Apple earbuds online. They won't come by tomorrow, or I might do is order them for pickup at Best Buy and go by and get them there. So hopefully I can do that for tomorrow. So Melissa is saying that they could send out the emails by the level you are as an insider. That is a really good point. I hadn't even thought of that. And that would be a really good way for them to make sure, especially if they had limited supplies of the insider free gifts with purchase, that the people that spend more money on Erin Condren get them first. That would also be kind of a bummer for people who are newer to Erin Condren. I feel like when you're really excited about getting like your first or your second Erin Condren planner, and maybe you only make one purchase a year, then maybe not getting some of those freebies would be a really big bummer. Last year, I didn't do my shopping trip on Erin Condren for the Life Planner until the second day of the Erin Condren pre-release, and that was because last year I wasn't sent a preview copy, but Erin Condren sent me a gift card, so that they basically paid for my planner, and then I ended up buying like 5 other planners throughout the whole year, and my excuse was my sticker shop. So I mean, they still got a lot from me, but I was waiting for that to come in, and it was a little bit late. So I wasn't able to do that until Tuesday, and by then the planner charm, which was one of the bonuses, was sold out. So I didn't get that, and so that's kind of a pretty good example that if you are going to be making your purchase and you are planning on getting it during the pre-order time, definitely order it as soon as possible if you want those pre-order bonuses, because they're typically only available as long as supplies last. Okay, so Gloria is specifying that she did sell dot grid and lined paper. Awesome. I take back all of those criticisms because apparently I just was not informed. I think that is really cool that you do have the options to customize everything. And my issues with the binder are kind of like some of the ways that the binder itself is put together. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, I might try to make a Frankenbinder to like kind of change the physical actual binder to see if I can make it fit my needs a little bit better. Let me go back to the chat here. Let's see. Oh, so Stacy's saying that this is exciting and this is really great news in a troubling world. I agree, Stacy, and I have to say that this release has just been really keeping my spirits up. As I've mentioned, my other big project is my sticker shop over on Etsy. Shameless self-promotion. I do have a link in the description as well as a coupon code for $20 off. So if you're interested in planner stickers, go ahead and check that out. But a lot of the stickers that I'm selling right now are all like COVID-19 related. So I have like a quarantine countdown, I have mask stickers, I have wash your hands stickers. And so even with my Etsy shop, even though planner stickers make me really happy, that's like all I'm seeing all day. And so it's nice to have something completely separate from the pandemic and something that I can just get happy about and geek out about with my online friends and not feel like I'm living in a really crazy world. And I was just lying in my bed this morning like, oh my God, what is going on in today's world? Like I was half awake and it was almost like I was having, I won't go so far as to say I was having existential crisis, but it was just like the weirdest things turning around in my head. And I was just thinking like 2 or 3 months ago, things were like actually normal. And now the world is like so crazy and upside down, and we have no idea when all of this is going to be over, and things might never get back to normal. I don't know. It was just, Opal, stop it. Don't step on my keyboard. Opal's lost her walking around privileges for a minute. She's gonna run away now, but you know, she lost. Oh, hey. Ugh. She grabbed my headphone. I hope the quality is not bad. Okay, sorry about that. I hope you could hear because that is the mic. That's why I have one headphone in. So yeah. Okay, so then I am getting to the comments here in the chat about the quality. So Melissa's saying that she is fine with it. Sometimes it glitches and gets choppy, but the audio is always good. That's always great. And the cool thing about a Shop With Me video is because I am providing all of the links, in theory, you could actually follow along with me on your computer or something like that, or on your phone while you're watching it on the computer, so you could always see what I'm seeing. And as long as the audio's there, you kind of get my commentary. I mean, my head will be in the upper right corner, but is it the right? No, upper left corner. Whew. But, you know, that's kind of just a like, hey, why not sort of thing. It's really my voice that matters. Let's see. There's always a glitch when early access first opens. Yes, Pauline, I completely agree. It is always slow website. I think during my video last year, it was on Tuesday, I was seriously talking about how pages wouldn't load and all that sort of thing. So the live stream tomorrow, and right now I'm thinking I'm going to do it as a live stream. I do want to watch this video back and see. Unfortunately, I can't live stream while I'm recording. My computer just can't process it, I guess. So I can't live stream it and then have a good recording and post that afterwards. But there might be a lot of, oh, website, why don't you load? And all that sort of thing. Okay, so Melissa's saying, I'm worried about the washi selling out. Tried to get the Kaleidoscope washi several times and it was always sold out. Um, I'm trying to remember if I got the Kaleidoscope washi. I don't think I did. I think I got the Painted Petals washi and not the Kaleidoscope. So I can't specifically speak to that. Hopefully, with it being more of a traditional washi, it will be a lot easier to get your hands on this year because, previously it was like a more untraditional washi. I don't know, like, okay, so what I'm trying to say is that even though it was sold out last year, because it is a little bit more of a traditional washi tape, maybe there will be even more demand, which means that they'll have to make more supply, um, which could be a good thing. We could also see some shenanigans. We could also see some glitches or some things selling out really early because of the pandemic that's going on, and it might affect the supply chain. I know that some of their stuff is made in China, and I have had actually a sticker cutter waiting in China for the last month. And I guess they can't ship it or, whatever. So yeah, I paid for it like over a month ago and it's stuck in China. And I mean, I don't blame the people I bought it from, but that's a whole story. I can tell it another time if you want. After the fact, I actually think it might be a counterfeit, so I might end up returning it anyway, but it's still stuck in China. So they could have some issues with their supply chain, which could mean that things sell out really fast. And so that will be interesting to kind of see as we go to see if any of that is going to be affected. Let's see. Natha, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I also think that the quality is really good and would be happy to see a live shop with me. Oh, awesome. I'm glad that you guys want to see that live shop with me. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tentatively schedule the live shop with me for tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific. And for anybody who is not in the US, that is -7 GMT. So tentatively put that on your calendars, but I may have to change the time. So I'm giving you that disclaimer, but I would like to do it at 11 a.m. my time. That way it's still relatively early in the day. But the two things that could make it have to be delayed is one, I don't have the link, or two, I literally just cannot open the website. In fact, if that happens, I still might be like, hey guys, can't open the website. We could just still talk, but we'll see. I also have a meeting tomorrow morning for something completely unrelated. So tomorrow morning is going to be a little crazy for me, but I also know it's like tomorrow's the launch. So I want to make sure everything happens and is fun. So do keep an eye out for that tentatively. And I will definitely talk about any potential changes that may happen both on my Instagram stories, that is Tef Williams, same way it's spelled on YouTube, all one word, no spaces, no special characters. And then I will also try to remember to post on the community tab. I think you can also click the notification bell and specifically say that you want to get notified for everything. So I don't know exactly how that works. I know there are a ton of glitches with it. But if you want to be notified and you haven't already done that, then you can always try that. If not, just keep check back on Instagram, and I will try to update you guys as soon as I specifically set all of that. It's pronounced Natalie. No. All right. Well, I'm sorry for getting your name wrong, Natalie. Now that I'm seeing it, it like makes total sense. I like to say that I'm name challenged. I'm just always embarrassed when I get people's names wrong, but I know that Tef is like a weird name, and while people can usually pronounce it when they see it, they're like, what? Where did that come from? So I feel like I'm not really one to talk about like hard to pronounce names or anything like that. And by the way, for anybody who's curious, Tef is short for Stephanie, and there's actually a little bit of a story behind it, and I might as well tell it anyway. So what happened is when I was younger, for some weird reason, I hated every other Stephanie. I'm like, you have my name, and I don't like you for it. And looking back, I'm like, these people were probably like really nice people. But it's not that like I hated them, but I kind of like automatically disliked them. And I went to a small school and there were still like 5 Stephanies. So this is something that like kind of bugged me. And the fact that my last name is Williams meant I was always like really far down in the attendance. So in addition, when the subs would call Stephanie or whatever, I'm always like, well, it's not me because I gotta wait because I'm the second one. I'm near the end. So I was sitting in physics class in, I believe, my junior year. It was either junior or senior year. And my friend, and I was talking to my friend, her name was Rachel. So she had the same problem because there were a lot of Rachels at her school. And so we ended up calling her Penny because that was her last name, but it, could also be used as a first name. And I still call her Penny to this day. And then we were talking about nicknames for me, and I don't have a huge thing against the nickname Steph, but it's just never been my favorite. And so she was like, well, what about Tef and take out the S in the beginning? And I just really liked it right from the start. And so I kind of casually started going by Tef with just a few of my friends. I think she's the only friend from high school who still calls me Tef. But first I started going by Tef online. And then I think I was like 21 or 22, I got involved with the Portland area anime convention. And just on a whim, I introduced myself to the staff when I signed up as Tef. And that's when it kind of started, like snowballing and everybody calling me Tef. And then I've also had like workplaces where there's another Stephanie. And I was like, well, you can just call me Tef. It's easier that way. We don't have to guess who you're talking to. We know that Stephanie is her and I'm Tef. And so when I made my YouTube channel, Tef Williams kind of made sense. There are a million Stephanie Williamses out there, so it's kind of nice to have a unique name in that aspect. So that is the whole story behind the name Tef. Now, all of that being said, I have, like, right now when I meet somebody, I introduce myself as Stephanie or Tef depending on the situation. If it's a work sort of thing, like a normal employment job, typically introduce myself as Stephanie or anything official. If it's someone that I've met online or through somebody online, or just kind of like something that's a lot more casual, then I typically introduce myself as Tef, and then I have to say it's pronounced Steph without the S. And then they usually laugh and they say, that's a really unique name. It's like, yeah, I've never heard of anybody named Tef before, but whatever. It's kind of flour, like flour, baking flour. That's spelled T-E-F-F though. That's the other thing is I get a ton of different misspellings. I had an ex who put my name in his phone as Teffy, and that I really don't like. But I didn't want to get like too mad at him because I'm like, as long as you don't call me Teffy, that's fine. But it just, I don't know. I don't like it. I'm weird about my name. So that is the whole story. Okay, so Melissa. Okay, so your maiden name's at the end of the alphabet. Okay, so funny story. My mom's maiden name starts with a D, and that obviously is at the beginning of the alphabet. So for a really long time before I started going by Tef, because Stephanie Williams is like, I think Williams is like the 9th most common name in the US, and Stephanie is up there as well. This is like, I did this research like 10 years ago, so it's probably changed. So I literally thought about hyphenating my last name and legally doing it for a while. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I use my mom's maiden name as a name in some of my social media profiles as a way for people not to find me, like employers and things like that. It makes me very hard to find on Facebook. And I do want to have the ability to keep some of my social media accounts anonymous. So because of that, I'm not going to say what that maiden name is because that would kind of defeat the purpose of using it to make the social media account more anonymous. I do have all of these public ones as well under Tef Williams, and I definitely don't hide that fact. So yeah, but my mom's maiden name does start with a D, and I do sometimes use it hyphenated with my last name. Alrighty, I have talked for 40 minutes, something like that. This has been so much fun. We've gone through so much information and had some really great conversations. So, thank you so much for everybody who's come and watched this live. I would really appreciate it if you give this a thumbs up if you haven't already. If you're not watching this live and you've watched until the end, thank you so much. Again, I am tentatively going to do a live shop with me tomorrow, Monday, the 27th of April at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Definitely keep an eye on my Instagram stories as well as the community tab for any potential updates when it comes to that. And I have some links in the description box. Again, I have my planner sticker shop. I have a sticker subscription where you actually get a discount if you subscribe on the stickers, which is kind of cool, as well as the sneak peeks page and a link for $10 off your first Erin Condren purchase. Both of those links are affiliate links, just so you are aware. And if you have any questions or comments and are not watching this live or are watching it live and think of them afterwards, please go ahead and leave that in the comments down below as well. And we'll have a little conversation because that's always fun. I will see you guys super soon and thank you again. This has been a ton of fun. Bye.